Local keyword research SEO. So my name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's video, what I'd like to go ahead and discuss with you is a very common mistake that I see countless business owners making, regardless if they're working on their websites currently or they're picking up the pieces from a past SEO and they're trying to implement the work now. So I don't want to waste any time here. I want to point out it's a very simple to understand keyword research method and implementation of SEO. It's very easy to understand once you grasp what you're about to see. So I don't want to waste any time here. So let's get directly into the tips. So the most common thing that I see, and I want to point this out too, if you stick with me till the end, I'm also going to answer, I have a few questions that I pointed out related to on-page SEO and local SEO as well. So just stick with me here. But one of the key deciding factors or metrics, KPIs that I notice business owners missing is this. So they're optimizing their web pages, and I want to point this out. So let's just say it's personal injury lawyer, Houston. All right. They'll optimize their pages and they're going to see results for Houston, Texas here. I'm currently in Pennsylvania, right? So they'll see these specific results and they're going to optimize around personal injury lawyer Houston, okay? Here, let me just make sure that we're all good here. United States, personal injury lawyer Houston, huge volume. That looks a little bit fun. But with that being said, as we scroll down here, we're optimizing the primary page for attorney. Here we have Justia, Best Houston. So that'll be in their title, their H1 tag, the URL, personal injury lawyer Houston, right? And that is the term. You're a lawyer. You're in Houston. You want to optimize for personal injury lawyer Houston. But there's actually a difference. And this is a common issue I see, with plumbers, chiropractors, dentists, personal injury lawyers, business lawyers, trademark lawyers, real estate investors. Every single business owner that I've recently been working with, I'm looking at past work and they're optimizing for primary term. And I'm not telling you that you shouldn't have this in your page or even in a header. But when we're looking to rank for personal injury lawyer Houston, the true decider to know if we're a big winner, because people in Houston are not putting in Houston. Some are, and I'm just using this as an example. Clearly, there's a lot of volume there. But people living in Houston will type in personal injury lawyer or personal injury lawyer near me, right? So in deciding what keyword is going to be best, or also trying to figure out, hey, I want to rank for personal injury lawyer Houston. Again, I'm using this as an example. When we're looking at a specific SERP, in order to decipher who the true winner is, I need to search from Houston, okay? And search for personal injury lawyer. All right. And generally, depending on the SERP, this SERP looks relatively similar, maybe slightly different, but it's two separate terms. What's very interesting here is the volume change. I find that to be interesting. I don't know what's going on with this today. I just went in to turn everything off, so it's probably this is generally what we look at. But it's personal injury lawyer is what we're tuning for, searching from Houston. I was talking to a car dealer this morning, and he's like, hey, I'm optimizing the page. It's in the title. It's in the URL. And I'm like, yeah, but when I'm searching from a browser, searching from near your area or a town over 3 miles away, you're number 36. But when I search for primary keyword plus location as a modifier in the search bar, yeah, you're a clear winner. But a vast majority of people that live in the areas are not typing in a geo modifier. Period end. Because they live there. It's not generally what they're going to do. Let's do another example here so I can really hammer this home. All right. So let's do something that's more service based. All right. Let's go for something that's a little bit more service based. Let's type in something along the lines. How about this? How about water restoration? Water restoration Dallas, right? I see a lot of ladies and gentlemen actually optimizing this as a big primary term in a larger city. Water restoration Dallas. We take a look down the page here, right? Angie's List, Dry Forest, Jenkins, Serve Pro, Dalworth, Restoration One, Yelp, Zeus, right? I don't know any of these brands. It's just to explain, hey, to see and decipher who the true winners are for optimization, we need to search from the location for the primary keyword, not optimize around primary keyword plus geo modifier. Again, my recommendation is certainly not to have it inside of maybe H2s, H3s, and of course a high density on the page. You should have all of your variations and the near me and the location and the, say PA is Pennsylvania, TX is Texas. You want to have your state specific modifier. You want to have your geo modifiers. We want the proper densities on the page, but when we're optimizing the page or looking for true performers, it's who's going to be ranking for primary term without the geo modifier. Again, let's look at this example together. So we have water restoration, Dallas, Texas. We pulled up our results here. Let's go look at 6, 7, 8. Restoration, Yelp, Zeus. Now let's go over here. What we're going to do here is we're in Dallas. Dallas, Texas, fine. And we're doing water restoration. We're searching from Dallas, Texas. Wildly different. Jenkins, I think they were still a top performer if I remember correct. So Dryforce was really tuned for Dallas with the TX in here. Water damage restoration in Dallas TX, right? Jenkins is 1 here, 2 number here. Or I'm sorry, number 3 here. My mistake. Angie's List, Serve Pro, right? Number 2. Their Serve Pro, Angie's is number 1. Mildly different. Now, this mild difference, and again, as we scroll down the page here, there's going to be different players in there. What I'm getting at is if we're optimizing a page, if we're looking to be a true dominant force for a specific term, I would optimize with geo modifier, searching from the location, see who the top performers are, look at who the top performers are, and do our math from there or on-page optimizations from there. All right. I've found this to be, and I've had other examples, like in the past week, I think it was water damage restoration. I don't know if it was at Austin or Dallas. It was one of these cities, big city. I think it was water damage restoration. Client come to me. This was a consultation. And we're looking at the SERP, and he's like, oh man, I'm dominant for this keyword. I go and I look. Yeah, you're winning with geo modifier. But then when I do a searching from that locale, you're bottom of page 2. This is a problem. And if it was happening to this particular individual, it could be happening to you. And I want you to nip this in the bud. You'll know you're a true winner if you're optimized around the term. And then within the content, within secondary headers, H2s, H3s, H4s, you're going to also put these particular modifiers in there. All right. Now let's go ahead and move into another question here. All right. So this is something that comes up quite a lot. And I want to hammer this home. We're going to make 3 individual videos because today's Friday. I generally do this on the weekends. I'll usually bust these up, but I'll do a stream for this. We'll make our videos and then we'll produce them separately. All right. And hopefully I can explain this to you very well. And I can answer this gentleman's question. I believe it's a gentleman based on this photo here. So in any case, hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's video, what I'd love to answer for you, Mr. Lane Banderson, hopefully I didn't butcher your name there, Lane. And Lane's asking, what content do I put on the homepage so it doesn't outrank my location pages? Is it the same without the local specifics, or something really minimal and having people choose a location first, or what? What do I do? Great question. I get this a lot. How should I lay this out? So let's do a two-part here so I can explain. We'll pull up a site and then we'll draw out a little something to make this a little bit easier to understand, right? See, you're going to have your homepage. All right, Lane? Why wouldn't you? But on your homepage, you're going to have other services. Let's say that you are a, sell my house fast. And let's say it's California, okay? But you don't just do selling your house fast in California. You're also doing, here, let's say you also want to do Texas, all right? Huge markets, by the way, all right? And then you're also going to have, sell my house fast Los Angeles, right? Okay, and mind me, I've never won a spelling bee in my life. I've won SEO contests, not spelling bees, so bear with me here. So the next city here is what we're going to do is sell my house fast, and this, I'll bring it all together for you, Lane, just bear with me here. Sell my house fast, Houston, and then what we're going to do here is we're going to do one more. So sell my house fast, Los Angeles. Wow, it's slipping my mind for today. How about Hollywood? Right? Why not? All right, so we'll do Houston, and then we'll do sell my house fast Austin. All right, great. Okay, now these are pages. All right, I hope that you understand this is a top level. And then you have your secondaries, right? Home page is here, top level page, and then you have your secondaries, right? Or location modified pages. Does this make sense? So if we were going to lay this into a structure, just so we're all on the same page here, all right, Lane and whomever else may be seeing this, we have the main website. So this is going to be, let's just say it's house.com, okay? / sell my house fast California / sell my, we probably do this. We buy houses, Los Angeles. All right. Probably be something like this. All right. I know it breaks the example down here, but hey, this is what we would generally do. This way we could target the primaries. They mean the same thing. The SERPs generally look the same. We didn't add fast or for cash or anything like this, any type of modifier, right? So with that being said, we have house.com / sell my house fast California. This is a top level page with a location modifier. Now back down here to Lane's question. What content do I put on the home page, right? Well, so it doesn't outrank the location pages. Is it the same without with any local specifics, or something really minimal and having people choose a location first, or what? Okay, now let's go out here to an example so we can break this down. All right, here. How about we buy houses, Houston. We buy houses in Houston. All right, let's go down to a loser because, or not a loser in that sense, but not on first page because I'm assuming that they probably would have got some things mixed up, right? All right. Okay, here we go. They're using, all right, I have no idea who this is. This is just an example, all right? Now, what we're looking at here is we have a home page. All right. And on this homepage, we buy Texas houses. So sell your house. Let's see here. Sell your house. Oh boy. So I'm assuming Texas, the brand is Big Tex. big text buyers, right? So back to Lane, what Lane is asking here is, hey, I have geo-modified pages, right? How can I convey on the homepage that I do these services over here, but also rank for basically what do I optimize my homepage for? Right? Like I do the same service and I want to put those keywords on my homepage because it's going to be in the header, it's going to be in the footer, it might even be in the body. But how do I convey to a user if they land on the homepage that I have these pages over here, location modified pages? Or how do I not compete with myself when I have location pages, right? And that's what I'm taking from this question. So when we're looking at this, I have no idea who this is. This is just an example. Big Tex is the brand. You know, the objective, just like when you think a soda, when you think soda, you think of a Coke, right? When you think doing a search, you think Google. Well, why is there anything different when we're talking about a business? The objective here is to have a brand. So when Google thinks of sell my house fast in Houston, they think Big Tex, right? We want to become synonymous with the keywords, the services that we provide, right? That's the objective. We are this, and we do this, and this, here, and here. And that's what you convey with structure and your on-page optimization. Here's who we are, here's what we do, and here's where we do it, right? Now, how do you do that on a page without competing with yourself when you have geo-modifiers and you're in a specific area? It's very simple. Let's look at our example here. And again, I don't know who this is. It's just an example. All right. So when we come in here, title, sell my house fast, going after primary term, fine. But in the H1, we have sell my house fast Houston, right? But the name of the brand is Big Texas. You see, H tags are not for sizing. They're for optimization, right? So if I want to be able to convey that I'm doing other services, inside of my H tags on my homepage, I should only be talking about Big Tex. The primary density of the page, what the page is about, should primarily be about Big Tex, right? Or in this case, selling my house fast in Texas, because that's the top level page. It's Big Tex house selling. What do? Well, we sell houses in Texas. Well, where exactly in Texas do we do it? Well, we do it in Houston. We do it in Austin. We do it boom, 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 right? So inside of the page, inside of the words, we can say whatever we want. You can make it bold, and there's a thing, whether you're using PX or REM sizing, you can create sizes. Heading tags on your homepage are for optimization for what the page is optimized for. So if you continue to put primary keywords for other pages on your homepage, you might outrank your other pages. Why? Because generally the majority inside of a local site of the backlinks, all the equity, all the internal links is pointing to the homepage. Every page on your site is internally linked up to the homepage, right? Then on top of that, you go out there and you build citations. Where do you build them? First, homepage. Do your main press release. Where do you link it to? Homepage. Do your guest post. You do your local citations. You do your directories. Homepage, homepage, homepage. And then people wonder why. Business owners I talk to, they'll wonder why. Hey, well, why is my homepage outranking my other pages? Well, because all of your backlinks are pointing to the primary page. All your internal linking flow is pointing to the homepage. And then on top of it, you're using heading tags to optimize for keywords that you actually have a page for. That's why. Very simple. So back to my good friend Lane here, because I don't want this to happen to you, Lane, or anyone else that takes the time to understand information with me, right? If I have a homepage, right? And we're going to go back to that example that I just showed. You know, when I have my title, right? It's Big Tex, whatever the brand was, we buy houses, Texas, right? That's title. Well, what's the H1 then, Chris? Well, H1 and all header tags are going to talk about Big Tex and Texas. H1s, H2s, H3s, H4s, H5s, H6s, if you're going to use them. Optimization zones contain optimization keywords. The homepage should be branded or around, like if you're only doing one state, then sure, whatever your primary key, and you only have one service, like We Buy Houses or Sell My House Fast in this particular case, sure. And we're only targeting Texas, great. Make it about Texas and We Buy Houses, because then it's semantically correct. We are Big Tex located in Texas, and we buy houses in Texas. More specifically, / in Houston, we buy houses in Dallas, we buy houses in San Antonio, we buy houses anywhere in Texas. You with me? Great. All right. So, headings, back to this. Headings, I know they make the size, but I could make this look like a heading with sizing, with bolding. All right. Optimization zones on your homepage should only contain brand keywords. If you want to talk about secondary services and make a clickable link over to your internal pages, wonderful. Do it with sizing, do it with bold, right? But your main optimization zones and the main density should be based around your brand name or primary keyword that the homepage is targeting, which should be brand. Okay. So like in this case, like there's no reason that Houston is the second most prominent term on the page when the homepage is based around Big Tex buying houses in Texas. Why? Why does Texas, Control F, Texas is on the page twice. Houston is on the page 38 times. You see what I'm getting, right? So I hope that this brings it around full circle. The objective here is to optimize the homepage around your brand name. If you're a one state, one service business, right? Say water damage restoration, and you want to go for water damage restoration Florida, and then you want to have / water damage restoration in Fort Myers, water damage restoration in Cape Coral, in Naples, Coral Gables, Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale, right? Have those pages. But main optimization zones and main density of the homepage should be surrounded around your brand or brand plus state. All right, depending on your situation, how many states, how many services you provide. So let's go down that rabbit hole. All right, let's talk about that, right? Because that would be the next question. The next most logical question is, well, hey Chris, what if I offer Sell My House Fast? But we also do, not that you would do this, but, we buy apartments, right? Similar, right? Could potentially come up on the same site. Highly wouldn't be recommended, but just for this example, let's say we're targeting a keyword or a specific service like We Buy Houses or Sell Your House Fast, and we buy apartments. Awesome. 2 services in one state. Well, then how would we go about offering what we do? Well, what I would do here is, well, if we're doing it here in California or we're doing it in Florida, then optimize the homepage around the brand. Title and H1, take out the modifiers, right? It's Big Tex. This is who we are. This is what we do, right? Talk about what you do. It just won't let me click on it. Put inside your brand name and your H1s and your H2s, your H3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. Put your brand name. Put primary keywords associated to the brand. Yes, you want to talk about your services, but you're going to do that in P tags and paragraph text. And then you're going to internally link from your head, your foot, and in your body over to those primary service pages. Why? Because I want to dilute authority going to my location pages. I have yet to meet a business owner that doesn't want their location pages to rank in the locations that they're trying to rank in. Like, hey, yeah, it's cool if my homepage ranks everywhere, but that's never the objective. I need my homepage to rank for my brand keywords, right? And I need my location plus service pages to rank for those keyword plus location. That's it. All right. So I hope that this helps you out, Lane. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. If you have any trouble with this, maybe you need restructuring, site layouts, content, anything, maybe you just have a question, ask in the section below. But I always look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. All right, I got another one for you. All right, this is a good guy. I was talking to this dude. Well, I was talking to him in the chat. Give me 1 second here. I need some water. Hold up. Give me 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. I had to get some water. All right. So let's take care of this. I've been going really strong. It is January the 26th. I'm very proud of myself. No, no tobacco. Tobacco free, man. So, and ladies. So, well, everybody, anybody. Um, so man, I've been happy. I've been happy. It's been going well. Um, so yeah, I'm happy. Anyway, that was also a little break, so I know where to chop the video out so I can make this in the multiples. Now, I read these and I know they were good, so stick with me here. I'm going to go through the active comments. I actually have it open up on the screen over here. All right. So as soon as I get done here, we'll go through the live questions, whatever I saw in here. I generally save the questions for these videos. And if you have anything while we're chatting here, I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. All right. Greetings from Atlanta. Great to see you, Kodesh. Unspoken Break 52. Hey, hey, hey. Hey to you, my friend. Jam3, what plugin is that to change location for search? That's called JS Switcher. But search engine optimization tools. We are so close. We are so close. We're going to have all the tools that okay, he finally put up the main one. It doesn't look like much now, but I assure you, in the next coming weeks, we'll have multiple tools in here. Of course, starting out with our entity tool, we'll have the entity tool, keyword cannibalization, a grid, like a regular maps grid where you can put the site in, a grid checker, just for like quick, snappy stuff. On top, I mean, the big one is the keyword cannibalization, giving a report, the entity checker, maps checker, review checker, Google Maps review checker. And then one of the big ones is we're going to integrate all these tools that you see me using, the location switcher, this plugin right here, and then SEO Quake. I'm condensing that all into one to give it away for free. Because I use 3 of them all the time, and the developer that I've been working with to help me set this up, we wanted to change everything from scripts and individual sites to one platform, use Next.js as the front end, and then run everything on a back-end server. Be more professional, be up to standard, up to spec. I went out and purchased search engine optimization tools so I could power it with a blog and, of course, video content, because that's that way I could talk about my tools and other people's tools as well and not feel like a bad about it. And it'll be pitch free. No, I'm not doing the affiliate thing. It's only thorough stuff, you know? So I'm excited for this project. It's a personal project that I'm going to showcase. I'm debating how we're going to do it, but I think I'm going to do like day 1, day 2, day 3. So be prepared. I'm talking about it now, January the 26th. As soon as I have all the main tools that we already have condensed into one, I'll talk about it much more. But we're actively working, and I'm very, very happy to say that. All right, so I think we're ready to do the next session. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so be on the lookout. Search engine optimization tools.com. That site wasn't cheap, by the way. Anyway, Alex, how wide of an area? Okay, so anyway, enough about me. How can I help you? So, Alex, thank you for the question. How wide of an area can you responsibly rank your GBP for someone who has an address physical location? What about someone who doesn't have an address and only lists a service area? Alex, this is a good question. You know what? Well, here, I think I could just give you a clear-cut answer. I think I've answered this in shorts and in videos before. From my experience, all right? Hypothetically, if I had 127 active Maps clients, right? And I've probably worked on dozens of accounts, all right? Generally, and things have been changing over the past few months. But generally what I see, if they have the age, if they have, time, they're actually an authority. They've been working on the profile. They have years under their belt. They've been working with us. We have optimized the profile. The site's optimized. And we're in a relatively competitive market. Like, let's say it's, a personal injury lawyer in a, 50,000 population or more. And there's probably 5 to 10 other businesses that are trying to take this keyword, right? I would say anywhere between a 5 to 7 mile radius from a pin, right? They have a location, like an actual location. It's not service-based. They offer service, but they have a pin. You know what I'm talking about. I'd say about a 5 to 7 mile radius where we can be very dominant in the 3-pack. Now, in my opinion, depending on the time of day, how many searches there are, if you did 100 searches in that 5 mile radius, right, or in a 10 mile radius around that business, you'd show up in different spots, right? If you run in GeoGrid tools, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, you might get lucky, but I can be pretty dominant in a 5 to 7 mile radius, right? Now, sometimes some niches, in very easy niches, right, like window installation in some town you never heard of, 10 miles, 15 miles, right? Roofing in some city you never heard of or some town you've never heard of, 15 miles, 20 miles, right? Easy, no problem. But for competitive niches in cities that are, not less than 100K, but in that range, like just considered a city, usually 3-pack about 5 to 7. All right. Now, when we're talking about service businesses in a specific area, you're still giving Google the location. Now, I've seen outliers. I've seen businesses get lucky a lot of times, right? You might even have a competitor that might get lucky, but on a more consistent sense, right? If you have a service business, you still get the general range, right? Generally, maybe slightly tighter proximity, because you are giving up your location. I actually have found, in my personal opinion, that service businesses that don't have an actual address or a location that they showcase generally have more of a struggle, right? Reaching success. So this is my opinion, and this is what, at least what I've seen, right? In the grand scheme of it, so if there's 5 billion IPv4 addresses, something along those lines, 3.4 billion, something like that. In the grand scheme of things, seeing a couple hundred accounts is impressive, but I haven't seen it all. Hopefully that helps you out. Web Solution, Web Lesion, good to see you. You're the greatest. Learned a lot from you. Thank you. Next. And what we're going to do is we're going to create another video now. All right. So we're going to go ahead and answer this gentleman's question. Okay. Okay. Hey, Chris. Sorry, this is out of topic. Is it okay if my tier 1 and my money site target the same keyword? Does Google think keyword cannibalization? Is it possible for my tier 1 and my money site to get, okay. All right. Let me just have a better understanding of this. Is it possible for my tier Is it possible for my tier 1 and my money site to get ranked on the target keyword? Thanks in before. Okay. Okay. All right. So, hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's video, I'd like to address a question that I received related to keyword cannibalization and ranking of my primary keyword ranking page and a tier 1 property that is optimized around the page and linking over. Maybe keyword cannibalizing each other, I'll address that, and or also ranking in the same SERP, or perhaps in some instances, outranking the other person. So we had a question here from Hans, and Hans says, hey Chris, sorry this is off topic. Is it okay if my tier 1 and my money site target the same keyword? Does Google think that this is keyword cannibalization? Is it possible for my tier 1 and my money site getting ranked for the same target keyword? Good question. So, first and foremost, if I have two assets, all right, I'm not going to cannibalize a tier 1 property. However, my EPC, or the probability of me generating a click, can go up if I get that secondary asset to rank. Keyword cannibalization, and let's see if I have something up here. All right. Let me see. Let me see what I have here. Let me take a look real quick here. Let me see if I can share something with you quick. All right. I don't know if I have any in here. All right, here. We did this as a favor for a guy. Here, let me show you something here. All right, so, oh, this guy, yeah. Here, let me show you something. All right, keyword cannibalization generally is going to happen on the site. All right, this guy's cool. Hopefully, he'll be okay. We were doing some done with you type service, but you know, he had a very similar problem, right? So let's just say it's pressure washing Long Island, okay? So pressure washing Long Island is a primary keyword for this particular website. Keyword cannibalization would happen internally in the website. And generally how we catch this is we have a query, and then we're looking at the pages that are generating clicks and impressions based on a primary search term, right? So if for some reason the guide to pressure washing was generating 9 clicks, okay, and was generating, say, 200 impressions, right? Starting to generate clicks. Impressions means on the way, right? Clicks means it's actually happening. If this page here, the guide, right? So this is some of the stuff we had to clean up with this particular gentleman, but this is a informational piece, guide to pressure washing. This would support the pressure washing page, and we would do that inside of the structure, right? Like pressurewashinglongisland.com/pressure washing Long Island, or pressure washing / well, guide to pressure washing, right? Or whatever supporting piece of content. That's why it's information. It supports the main topic, right? Now, if this supporting piece of content was starting to eat clicks from the primary page, the top level page in this instance, right? The literal top level page, this would start becoming a problem. This would be cannibalizing itself, all right? It happens internally, all right? Now, what you're referring to here, and I'll draw this out briefly, okay, is you have an asset here, okay? So we have a main website. So here's your main website. Now, your main website, okay, 1, 2, 3, I'll just use 3, okay? This is tier 1, okay? Tier 1, and then maybe you have other sites here, okay? Here, this is linking over to here, all right? And my tier 1 properties are linking here, right? This is tier 1, my tier 1 links, and this is my site. My site, okay? And this right here is our tier 2. Tier 2 links, sorry, using my mouse, I don't have my pen here. Tier 2 links point to tier 1, all right? Tier 1 links is what we're showing everybody in Google, and this is pointing over to the main asset. It could be pointing to an internal page or the home page. For sake of argument, just for an example, here's our Tier 1. Now what you're saying, or what you're referring to, is, let's take this as an example, okay? So we have our Tier 1 site, right? So let's pretend that this is a site. This page in the title, in the H1 and H2s, and then you have probably a link, so link to site, right? This is linked over to the site. Ah! I have a little space. I'm trying to draw it out for you. This particular Tier 1 is optimized for the primary term, and there's a link going over to the main website. Now the question here is this page, if it were to be in a SERP, right? And inside of a SERP, you know, there's generally 10 results, all right? You're here, so main site is here, Tier 1 property is here. Technically, the main site is doing much better, and no, this wouldn't be considered cannibalization. This would actually be a good thing. So could it happen? Yes. Is it cannibalization? No, that happens within the site. Okay. So the keyword cannibalization would happen inside the site if I have two pages targeting the same keywords, hypothetically, or Google is at least rewarding me for two of the same keywords on two separate pages. And the page that I want to be rewarded, right, is getting clicks and traffic, but I have another page that's starting to eat into those clicks and traffic. That's cannibalization. When we're talking about having a main website like this asset here, and then I have a Tier 1, which is the initial links that are pointing to this asset, right? And for some reason, right, in this particular scenario, in this question, you're saying, hey, my Tier 1, I have a link on the page, right? My link is on that page. It's optimized for the same keyword as my main site or the page that I'm linking to. And they're showing up in the same SERP. And my Tier 1 asset is starting to generate clicks and traffic. Is this going to hurt me? No. This is every SEO's dream, my friend. This is what we want to happen. We want to take up multiple places inside of a SERP, right? And your Tier 1 asset should never out relevance or out authority or outlink, you know, this Tier 1 asset should never outrank, out authority, out optimize this Tier 1. This Tier 1 asset, if you're using it as a link asset or as another, you know, placeholder in the SERP to generate more clicks, then that's what it is. Right? At no time should this outperform, but if they're showing up in the same SERP, that's not keyword cannibalization. That's not a bad thing. That's actually congratulations. Great job. All right. So hopefully this explains cannibalization along with Tier 1 and Tier 2, how this would work and how you can understand this hopefully a little bit better. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. If you have any questions related to Tier 1, Tier 2, keyword cannibalization, website structure, local SEO, business SEO, anything, ask in the section below, or you can book time with me at chrispalmer.org. And I look forward to seeing you in the next Tier 1 linking video. Have a great day. That was fun. Bye-bye. All right. Hopefully that explains that for you, my friend. All right. We'll answer a few more. Whew. I was feeling a little sick before. Like my nose was running. So I took Sudafed and I feel a lot better. Like my nose is clear now. All right. All right. Okay. So I'm starting a local directory site to have some real estate on the internet, which I have then turned into a classified listing site. Any advice on how to go about it? Starting a local directory on the internet. that I can turn into classified site? Any advice? Um, I never I've never built a classified site. Okay. I have built mini directories in order to um hide PBNs. So we'd create a PBN as maybe like a tier 1, we'd hide it as a directory, and then we would make a best of list, right? We'd put some competitors, or we'd put our client or clients' assets on there and then link up, and then we generally get a position for best of list, right? Which is a informational term, but also can be viewed as commercial intent based, right? So lower down in the funnel. So Google, it's a mixed SERP, right? Google started doing this at the end of last year when everybody started dumping in rankings around September last year. That's when we started noticing they started mixing SERPs. So yeah, Rogue Drone. If a local landing service page with more referring domains and better optimization according to Pop is outranked by several competitor homepages, what is the next best thing you look at? If a local landing service page has more referring domains, and so it has more links, and perhaps optimization, I would double check the intent of the page. But I think the first thing I would look at is the age. How old is that site? I would venture to guess that the pages that are whooping it have probably been there longer. Like, because if you're doing everything right, like my on page is tight, maybe I would, like, in a situation like that, I'd probably pull out Quora. Quora is an SEO tool lab tool. Like when I need to dial something in, like, and see what factor is being used here, general, like stuff like that, like where it's tricky, I'd look to answer your question, it's age, right? How long have these players been here? Has the SERP been fluctuating? Is Google showing us a different result? Then I would start looking at other optimizations that I'm not seeing. Entities, LSIs, co-occurring key phrases, A tags, images, image alts, what's being used, how is the content generated, that type of stuff. But I'd pull out the measuring tape, as Ted would say, and take a look at that page. I think it's necessary. So yeah, moving into the next one, it has multiple services, so you don't want to rank the homepage for the service. Yeah, I mean, the homepage should be based around brand, in my opinion, in almost all cases. Brand plus state, unless they're targeting multiple states. So, that's that. Look at age, and then if you had to, I'd pull out a tool, but it's probably what I just named off, would be my guess. Next question, and thank you for that question, Rogue Drone. Hopefully that helps you out. KFZ, so hey, Chris, cheers from Germany. Oh man, I love Germany. I started putting out some advertising since last year. So I've been seeing a lot more people in Germany, and I'm very happy. Super welcome. Glad to have you. Hey, Chris, cheers from Germany. I switched in a little late, but got a question. How would you do the two keywords, pressure washing and pressure washer? Two sites or in one service site? Well, pressure washing and pressure washer are just variations. Like that gentleman I just showed, I mean, he likes to do some of the stuff himself. So, but man, I would just include that in the same page. It's just a variation, so that's how I would do that. Road Drone, there's a lot going around. Stay healthy, my man. Yes. No, I know. I'll keep it 100 with you. So I used to run a auction business here. I used to be an auctioneer, and I still buy gold and silver in the front, right? And advertising, comic books, coins, generally that's what I try to stick with. But anyway, I had a lot of my stock here, and I sold it all, right, at an auction. And then I stopped so I was constantly bringing stuff in, auctioning it off, bringing it in, auctioning it off. So the stuff has just been sitting here, and it's, I hate to admit, but it's just dirty out there. I built a office in the back, and I put my little studio in it. So it's literally, I started ripping out the commercial carpet, and I bought what do they call it? A set. So I have a set. I started ripping out the carpet, and we're going to redo that. I'm going to put a projector on the wall. I got big plans. I already got it cleared with my wife. So, because we have this place, and then the one next door is where we live. So, but yeah, I got the green light. Like, okay, go ahead, Chris, We're having fun. I'm having fun. Alex, so I'm planning on going next door, selling GBP SEO service in DFW, done for you. I plan on bringing them their unique heat map and search volumes for their keywords. Is there anything else you would bring? Oh man. So the map, business owners from my experience that's for us, right? Like, they don't understand, okay, some might understand it. And yes, that's part of the arsenal for the sale, right? When I'm doing an intake call, or I'm doing a close, or a pre-sale, all right? Yes, I'm going to show their current performance, but one of the key things I pull up, unless they have other data, is, well, what is the call volume currently, right? So you need to be able to translate ranking to calls, or whatever they're doing, form fills, like, have they been tracking that, right? So you need to be able to convey how ranking translates into what matters to them, which is dollars and phone calls, form fills, emails, consults, meetings, right? You feel me? So, yes, you can show that. And you can show, past performances. Hey, here's, in 60 days, I took a business from here to here, and then look at their call volume. Hopefully it's in a similar niche. But the objective is to showcase what you know as an SEO, not only to convey to them that you know what you're doing and that you've done it before, but to also give a clear understanding of how these results will actually translate into phone calls, form fills, meetings, and whatever else is more valuable to them. All right. So hopefully that helps you out, but I would pull up their Search Console, get access to Search Console, or I'm very sorry, Google Business Analytics, or anything else that they have, so you can get a good look at what they're doing now and where they should be going, right? And then something else I would make sure that you arm yourself with is that sense of patience, because it's very hard to, I've shown them before. I have a tax guy where we did, 1 month because of budget, right? It's just a elderly gentleman. He runs a tax service. He wants to expand in the financial planning, financial management, that type of stuff, right? Hard niche. He wanted to start with the states, build some links, then we'll start targeting cities. Anyway, it's hard to convey that, each page is an individual keyword. Each service that they do, like, they need to optimize for it. And every single element takes a lot of time to bear fruit. Like, they have to have a deep understanding that this is an investment in their future, right? So that's a hard sale sometimes, right? They have to believe, so good luck to you, brother. I'll check out Korea. Thank you so much. Domain is actually older than the competition. Yeah, I would venture to guess that, you had to have missed something. Your math is off somewhere. Your math has to be off. Like, the on page is off, the header count is off, the A tags are off, the images are off. Do they have a video, unstructured list, a list, alt tags, hidden text? Did they not use AI? Like, there's something, you're missing something. You're missing something. You're missing something, or it's something you just got done. Like, you just did everything, and, like, now you're beating them. But once you got done doing all that work, that's when the clock starts. So hopefully that helps you out. And being I mean documents that are unique to them, I bring additional things specific to my service. Perfect. All right, I'm late. I will have to watch back. Watch back. Hope you're good, Chris. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking, J5. Got it. It makes so much sense. Glad to help, Alex. All right, let's pop over here. I'll answer. I got 5 minutes. I found it from Kenya to her or X-ray to exercise. I'm not having Kenya. Okay, any ideas and experience you suggest? I don't know this industry. I hate to speak on stuff I don't know, so I'll just be honest. All right, so I've been wanting to do an attorney rank and rent site for my local. I hear R&R furlers could be. Have you heard that before? Um, um, I would consult with the attorney buying the leads first. I'm not an attorney. I don't know. That's up to you, buddy. Any idea how to use such a link like Apple Podcasts? Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Although the link is correct. Okay. No, I don't have. I mean, I'm not a podcast king. What's your favorite GBP hosting software? I generally recommend Buffer. Is a good start, right? Question City, that's a big one. 20 minutes to target. Okay, big question. Condense. Oh, it's spinning. I don't know why. Let's refresh. Okay. Which website? Okay. My account's got suspended for writing. Google 5 days now. Yeah. Be patient. Hey Chris, how are you? I want to talk to you about rank and rent topic. How can I connect? Book time. Okay. I was hoping for some good ones here. See description in vid. Depending on when that was posted. Okay, here we go. Does a business with a physical location and surrounding area service, or does it dilute the primary location of the business and have a negative effect on map? Okay, does a business with a physical location adding surrounding area service, or does this dilute the primary location of the business? Okay. You can leave that blank, or add the state with primary location. Google will only give you, 5 to 7 miles anyway, but demote if you manipulate. Probably spelled that. Oh, I got manipulate right, but location wrong. Oh, that's funny. You're a funny guy, Chris. All right. All right. So you answered my question about basically building a topical map for each page through a silo. In regards to creating a blog post that are geo-specific, such as personal injury Ohio, what I'm understanding is that you're saying you can duplicate all content for each location. Okay. Let me, to clarify, the topic can be duplicated. For instance, you answer, how much does personal injury, how much do personal injury lawyers cost? and then you create another blog to support, say, I don't know, Cleveland. Okay. Where they say, okay. To support, say, Cleveland, how much does a, PIL cost in Cleveland, right? It's not necessarily you're duplicating it all the way through. That has changed from whenever this was in 2023. Older sites are getting away with that duplicated stuff, just changing geomodifier. But we're finding that, the pages, you stick to at least half of it has been changed, you can do very, very well. And most people are coming from search terms, your business name, then should we consider the second search term as a primary category? No. All right. Hey, I have the same question. Could you give me a link to the longer video? Yeah, we started adding them. Check description. I got this question a lot. I started having the girls add that to the bottom of them after I get done making them. When she uploads them, summarize and put the description. Hey Chris, for a full GBP audit and game plan, should I get 30 to 60 minutes? Yeah, I mean 30 is fine, my friend. 30 minutes, I could lay it all out. Where are the links? The video is about the links. That's the whole video, my friend. I literally show them, but I'm not going to link out from my video to some random site. It doesn't seem very good. Is there a solution to help me try it for 7 days? Sure. Go to their site. It's not my tool, I wish. Is buying backlinks from Black Hat World safe? That's up to you, my friend. It's not something that I do. But I guess you could if you wanted. Where's the tool? Entity tool. On my site, chrispalmer.org. I don't like putting links in the comments. Would a canonical work here if you have a product page and category page that are both competing for the same query? Can a canonical URL? No. If you have a product page if you have a product and a category, for ecom, a no index can work on the product page. Like if you're doing Shopify and I have a trillion different SKUs over here, we'll generally no index those. But I mean, that's up to you. When you talk about registering phone numbers as a marketing campaign, is that in Google Ads? No, sir. That is with your number provider and the CDC, I think is what they're called. It's in the video. I forget you only have to do it once when you first sign up. So say if you're using Vonage or there's a million of them out there. I use Vonage, so you sign up with the CDC or the CIT or whatever, but you only do it once. I don't remember off the top of my head, but that's how it allows you a lot more flexibility with your phone number. If you're going to do another business that isn't yours, but you're going to optimize it, can you access it by another email that isn't related to the business? Or would I have to ask the business for the login information? They give you manager access, bro. All right. right, I'm done. And that's that, my friends. All right, let's see what you guys have going on since you're live. You get president. Eh. All right, let's see here. All right, so Twalk 3D. So Twalk, thanks for your question. So what type of link building would you do to power up a directory? I have a directory targeting concrete contractors in NC. So I have a listing in most cities. Okay. So a contractor, all right, in North Carolina. All right. So let's go take a look. Let's go to North Carolina. North Carolina. What kind of contractor? What kind of contractor? Concrete. Okay. Concrete contractor. So what I would do, if you were making a... I would, where do I have another account logged in? Well, sorry if somebody's using it. I apologize. Who's this down here? Oh, that must be somebody. Whoops. All right, let's see here. All right. So for the gentleman who asked, or maybe perhaps the lady who asked, all right, if you're looking at link building first, like we're just starting out, you know, the web is connected without being directly connected, right? This is called the link graph, okay? So if I'm building a directory for concrete contractors, I would try to get a general consensus in a specific area, in this case, North Carolina. If I'm trying to build that directory, I need to first see, well, which link graph should I be building into, right? Like what category of link should I be buying? Or purchasing or getting or acquiring, however, you know, what sites should I get in there? So what I would do is I would take a look at some of the top performing sites regardless, right? Whatever your keyword set is. So I would assume best concrete contractors, top concrete contractors, or maybe just concrete contractors, North Carolina. You know, look at those terms. What you'll tend to find is that there's a certain category of link that is being rewarded, right? Let me show you something. See, the link graph that we want to be building into is business, arts, entertainment, and internet. Business and industrial, most notably, right? Arts, internet, right? And then we have jobs, right? Here's what I'll show you. So here's the top performer in your area. Now, if I were to come to another top performer, how much do you want to bet that the category or the link graph that they're building links into? Because again, sites are connected without directly being connected to each other. Yes, getting a link passes PageRank. I understand that. But there's certain types of links that will move the needle better. And generally, it's the type of links that are being rewarded. What link graph are they in? So again, how much do you want to bet? Here, this is the number 2 person, right? Let's take a look here. The category of link, this is the number 1 guy, right? Or company. Business, arts, and internet, right? And then you have your jobs and internet. How much do you want to bet I put the number 2 guy in here? They're in the exact same category. Sometimes you'll find outliers just like with anything, but I'll bet you $1. Business, internet, arts. right? This is the link graph, okay? Then you go take a look at another player. All right, let's go to Angie. Huge site, but they're a directory. What's being rewarded? They probably show up in every SERP that you want to be in, right? I would venture to guess. How much do you want to bet? Business, internet, arts, maybe shopping, maybe education, because that's what I saw in the other ones, right? Gee, who would have thought? We got this one in here, news. But that's probably because they're getting a lot of media press, right? But there it is, business, arts, internet, right? This is the link graph. So what kind of links? Links that fit into these categories. Now, if you take a look here, you'll start seeing like, hey, there are other links, but the vast majority of the links that are being built are in these categories here. Internet, news, arts, business. Now, yes, you can build other links and will look similar, but like, does it make sense to build science? Right? Home and garden, maybe. But for bathroom, maybe for this site. So what I'm getting at here is I would look at the top level categories. That's the first step. Like, what category, what topical relevance, what link graph do I need to build into? Step number one. The next step is, well, how many? Here's the type. Here's what Google's rewarding. Okay, now what type? Okay, great. What's the anchor text? Okay, great. Okay, what pages in particular should I be sending them to? Wonderful. Then start looking at on page. And that's how I would assess that. All right. All right, so the next one, and thanks for that question. So the next one is, hi, for a local bathroom fitter based in Kent, would it be best to optimize the homepage for bathroom fitter Kent? Should I optimize the service page for that? Do they only do bathroom fitting? Like, is that it? They don't do anything else. Like, if they don't do absolutely anything else, like they're only going to do bathroom fitting in Kent, that's it. That's only thing ever in the entire world. Never again. They'll never go anywhere else besides Kent. And they're only going to do bathroom fitting. Then yes, make it about that. Now, for vast majority of business owners, they have multiple areas and they do more than one thing generally. Because like a bathroom fitter in Kent, what's the search volume, right? Like I break this down for clients all the time. It's like, well, are you sure you only want to target this one thing? Because it's like, well, bathroom fitter in Kent, right? Oh, it's Kent, UK. All right, let's take a look here. So 0, zilch. Here, now let's try it in Kent, UK. Here, let me show you something here. See, this is often the case. So bathroom fitter. Let's just say it's not worldwide. Let's just say it's 260 a month. Okay? That is total searches for the entire SERP, right? So I break this down. Here, let me explain something to you. Why this is generally a bad idea. So if I'm doing bathroom fitter, right? And it's 260 a month, right? All right. So that is 260 times 12. So total is 3120. Total a year is 3,120, right? And that's if I generate every single one, every click that there is, every search, everybody comes right to me, right? So if everybody in the entire world came to me, I'd get 3,100, right? But as we know, websites convert at 2%. Let's say you're doing well, 4%. Okay. So we have 3,120 minus, let's say you convert really well, 4%, we'll say. So that's 124 jobs in a year. right? But it never works out that way, right? Because the top person, so there's 3120, actually only generates 60% of all the search visitors come to the number one place. So it's really minus 60%, right? So we have our, what, 3120 minus 60% equals, so it's 1248, right? And then you do your, let's say you're converting at a really good rate. 1248 minus 4% is 50 jobs in a year. You see what you get it? Like that's, hey, that's a job a week. I don't know if they can, but no, that's being position number one, and that's getting everybody, right? So if they only want it to, and that's I've done that with clients before. It's like, hey, the probability of you being number one and getting everybody, highly unlikely, but you'll get a percentage, and then the actual jobs that convert is another percentage. Like you might get form fills, emails, and phone calls, and that's great. You're on the right path. But actual conversions, 1-2%. Some industries are higher, of course. But it's like, well, could we run a business off, one job a week? Maybe. What's that worth? Bathroom fitter job cost. What's that worth? What's the general going rate? 350? What is that? 50 times 350? 17.5. Nah. So I would assume that they want to target more than one city and they have more than one service. Why? Because the likelihood of them being able to have a successful business skyrockets. All right. And I'm sure you answered me by now, but I just wanted to lay that out. I've had to explain that to clients in the past in that manner. All right. Is it hard to rank for 2 keywords for a new website, even if you have the domain name for the keywords in it? No, it's not. I'm stuck on this. Do I rank twice in the H1? All right. So you have 2 keywords, but are they the same keyword and just variations? Then they can go into the same page. If it's 2 separate services, then it deserves 2 separate pages, right? And then, yes, a page can rank for hundreds, if not thousands of keywords. Okay, so the answer is yes, but it's 1 page, 1 keyword. When we're talking about optimizing a page, we're referring most notably to URL title H1 is going to contain that primary key phrase, and then our secondaries, our variations, LSIs, co-occurring phrases, and entities go throughout the article. All right, hopefully that helps. In another video, you said that if you want to rank in maps for a keyword, we need to have it on our GMB and on a service page. That's right. And the service page does not need to be in the navigation bar. Not necessarily, but you will have your top level page in the navigation. Like if you're doing website.com/roofing, right? Like this is roofing. And then you do roofing in LA, you do it, or better yet, here, let's go somewhere else. In Aventura, in Miramar, in Hollywood, in Fort Lauderdale, right? That doesn't necessarily need to be in the head or the foot, but you might want to link to those pages. If not, you'll at least link to the top level page, which then the top level page is internally linked to those pages. All right, but we need to be able to convey to Google that, hey, we offer this service. And then our GMB location will convey that, hey, we do it here, right? So, and then within that GMB, you'll probably have products. You'll link to those location pages. So, and then you might even set up a service area. I don't know, but hopefully that helps you out. Hey, Chris, for the tutorials and thoughts about the unconfirmed Google update. Oh yeah, I noticed a big difference. The way the layout looks. So, well, no, but I'm gonna need to update my optimization video. So I did notice that. We're testing some new stuff for GMBs, so I'll have more thoughts as time progresses. So we have biz trends here. It's called GeoSwitcher. It's on the Valentin app website. All right, the last question here. Oh, I'll do these last two here. Okay, and then I got a jet. Is it possible to contact Google to request that certain functions available on business GBP food menu? I don't really do food stuff. So, but the probability of asking them to do something in particular is highly unlikely. So, um, you know, highly unlikely. So, GMB optimization service, what does that include? Is that starting from a blank GMB? It could. It could. I have a video on a 23-point checklist, what we're going to change, what we edit, what we modify, what we optimize. Zyko, thank you, Chris. Really helpful insights. Do you think I should optimize the main service page, bathroom fitter Kent, or just bathroom fitters, since they only want jobs from within Kent? Main service pages for bathroom fitter Kent, or just bathroom fitter? I mean, so you're gonna have a bathroom fitter page, right? So in the URL, and then in the title, I would assume in the title, the H1, you're going to talk about Kent. If they only want Kent, if that's all they want, then yes, you want to optimize around that. But if that's like a county or a larger area and there's towns or locations in there, they might need their own pages, you know? Or you can optimize your page around bathroom fitter and talk about Kent and those other areas within that page. But generally, if the location is large enough, it should have its own page. All right. All right. I have to rock and roll. I'm already on overtime. Man, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Zico and 3D, Bazad, Alex, KFZ. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for your questions. Hopefully this has been a helpful chat. Thank you for your time. Many blessings. If you have other questions, ask below. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.